How y'all doing? Thanks for tuning into another episode of the Real License Podcast. You're about to see an episode like no other. You're about to see the epitome of realness, the epitome of rawness, you know, the epitome of confidence. You may have, seen stories on other platforms of Oneil and his brother and the success story in the restaurant business, but this is from, the foundation, Paul Bogle Country Style, straight out of St. Thomas. If you're new here, we appreciate your subscription. We are on a mission to our first 1,000 subscribers. We are almost halfway there. If you already subscribed, we thank you. And here's another great episode. Check it out, all right? Welcome to another episode of Real License Podcast. We're on the road all the way on the West Coast, all the way in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the #1 Caribbean restaurant in the state of Nevada. Trust me. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Ask Google, Google will tell you. We're the one and only Oneil, owner, operator, entrepreneur himself, straight out of Paul Bogle Country, St. Thomas, J. Welcome to the program, G.
Yeah, man, big up, man.
Yeah, man. So let's get right into it. You know what the program is about, big up the ends. Let's just start exactly. Where you from? Which part of St. Thomas you hail from?
All right, so I'm born Love Lane.
Seafort.
Seafort.
Oh, my God.
At Bernard Basic School at Lower York. Then at the age of 5, my mom and my dad decided we're going to move to License, to a place called Top Hill.
Top Hill Road, License, my ends.
Yeah. So from Top Hill, we go License Primary. Academically wise, we was very smart, so at age 10, we passed the common entrance. We actually passed the Camperdown, but with the traveling, parents decided to go Morant Bay High School.
Good decision.
Yeah, so we go Morant Bay High School, some of the best days of my life.
Yeah, man. So let's talk a little bit about that transition from Seafort to License. How was it to adjust? Because Seafort is a totally different place. You know what I mean?
to be honest with you, at such a young age, you really need to look at the whole structure, the difference and everything. The only thing I could tell you honestly I miss was I honestly miss the rivers. Because you're the Seafort, we used to bathe at the rivers,
river flow from way up our Cedar Valley, come right
exactly.
My
great-grandmother come from Trintyville, so that was our neck of the woods. Reggae Falls, usually known as Dam.
Upper hillside.
Yeah, that was our local stamping ground, same as a local juvenile. Yeah. But we did go back to Seafort when my parents migrate. I lived with my grandmother until I finished high school. So we live lower scheme, Seafort.
Big up our scheme, as all of my friends from Seafort scheme, big up on the
Yeah, so that was it. Most of my teenage age from that part we go until we go Morant Bay. Reader spend to be exact.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So License Primary, who were some of the teachers you remember from License Primary?
All right, so Miss Marshall was the principal, the vice principal was Miss Cousins. We also a major shout out to Miss Edmondson. Unfortunately, me and her ain't speak in a while. Hopefully, she's still alive. Probably without her, I'm out the day so right now. I remember Mr. Lindsay, Mr. Otik, we used to play cricket. That's off of the top. Where we can. Miss Parkinson is a must. That was one of the most trickiest teachers I've ever come across to date. And so them I can know top of my head right now. Yeah.
And see, let's turn on them light and we could get some proper light. Not real life, we are shooting as is, no problem. Let's push the button upon the two of them, Yeah, so from License School to Morant Bay High School. Who were some of the teachers at Morant Bay High School that you remember?
All right, Morant Bay High School now. Miss Lodge was the principal. Remember Miss Lodge? Yeah, remember guys like Mr. Kumar. Also, Miss McDermott, she was my home economics teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was one of them where she was stern, but she had a liking for me. So she was one of them who kind of elevated and pushed me to another level.
Oh, okay.
There's another teacher I can't actually remember her name because remember from 03 this over a decade.
So your time at Morant Bay High School, what time frame?
Yeah, 98 to 03.
98 to 03.
Yeah,
okay.
the best year to me. The best year to me. Who was one of the popular kids in that era. Cause
I'm from the 80s,
Yeah.
We feel like our era was the best era.
I mean, everybody's supposed to say that still.
Everybody's supposed to say that about them era.
Yeah, but Miss Madu, she was my biology teacher. Mr. Williamson from York, same way. A few of them was there, because back then, when we grew up, it wasn't just with parents that grow, we have the teachers them where grow with pastors
Like them
in the
say, it
neighbor.
takes a village.
Yeah. So you know these people, and to be honest with you, as I tell you, I'm not a guy that go on sugarcoat. I wasn't one of the nicest kids in school. I gave a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
The only subject me really did care about was English language, literature, home economics. Maths is a must, but a lot of times I'm supposed to be in a classroom, in the classroom, but I never miss my home economics because that was my passion. You know, and we usually disrupt the school, you know, we look at DJing because we love music.
Well, it pays off. You have a wonderful
Yeah,
restaurant
yeah.
here. You know what I mean? So the you know we travel the same path just at different times.
Different
times,
time,
License school, Morant Bay High School. You know,
yeah.
and that's why I'm so a different type of pride I felt when I came out here and I met you and decided we're gonna do this interview.
Yeah.
So the passion for the culinary arts, for cooking. In our little talk yesterday, you said you were basically self-taught.
Yeah, we're self-taught.
But have some history of cooking in your family background?
Yeah, so my mom had a few restaurants back home in Jamaica, and when my dad migrated to America, he started construction, but my dad was a cook from before, so he eventually, the number one Jamaican restaurant in Brooklyn at this time in the early 90s, early 2000s was Brought a Caribbean Cafe. The owner, Bob Marley, usually did, so it would be big. So every summer I had a summer job at Brought a Caribbean Cafe. Until the Time magazine came one Thursday, and me and my dad was actually cooking. I would get featured in the magazine.
Oh, okay.
At that age, I was about 10, I got to 11, about to start Morant Bay High School. So being that little kid, the ego will come after that, magazine and bring it back home and you show all your friends and stuff. And at that point, I said to myself, like, this is what I want to do. If this come with cooking, me being known all over the world, let's do it. Yeah.
So that's where the passion and the encouragement came from to really make this a career.
Yeah, my grandmother, may I so rest in peace, at age 11, I believe, or 12, if I'm not mistaken. For whatever reason, I just wake up feeling face, brown stew chicken and white rice.
Yeah.
So I go to my grandmother and I say, Grandma, this is what I want for dinner. And she said, go make it. I said, Grandma, I don't know how to cook. And she said, well, I'm going to tell her what to do. So the chicken ended up coming out too black, and the rice, she ended up just turning it in a porridge. So what she did, though, she just showed me what I go wrong, too much water, too much browning, and the next day she sent me back into the kitchen. Still never come out 100%, but way better than the day before. And from then, we just, every time, like my friends we grew up with, we having a birthday parties and a boat around. Believe it or not, the little bully beef can them. Me had friends back in the days where we usually just go in the woods and just catch wood fire and just literally use them little bully beef tin and the chiffon cheese and them pan there, where we cut up the top of them small and them thing that we're cooking up.
Talk about creativity.
Yeah, man, because we're not the woods, like we're not the woods now, we're not close to home, man. Like survivor, but we just do it. But I was one who was a cook. We are a salt and pepper, and we are doing, we make it work.
Yeah. So when did you actually settle in New York City? Because you started this restaurant career in New York City, in your garage.
Yes, but all right. So prior to that, I got my paperwork from '99. But my dad was so strict. He decided, so we now go high school in America. We do high school in Jamaica.
Okay.
So every holiday, me don't know what the summer was like in Jamaica because most of the summer in America, right? And then our summer usually roll over till September. Sometimes we up here from even April, sometime, right? Just to keep the paperwork active. There's not one fast food you can call from in the early '90s that I haven't worked in America.
Okay.
But contrary to what a lot might thought, I was on a mission, and my mission was never to be disclosed. I wanted to dab and tap into all of these fast food restaurants to gain knowledge, because
to see how it works.
Yes, I wanted to be the guy that know the stuff behind the scenes. So even when I went into these places and them paid me bare minimum and have me doing the worst job.
It wasn't about the money.
No, I was always in the office with the managers because I always wanted to know the back end of the business, right? I always wanted to know the operational side. Because it's easy to train somebody off a flip burgers and bag that up and put that out. That's not rocket science. So after doing that, still financially struggling in America because you have your daddy, your mom. Me going to college, I feel work and I sent myself to college. Like financially just wasn't there, but that's okay. We never go to bed feeling less than a human being because financially wasn't there. Every day we wake up, that's how we wanted, just to wake up because that's life. So the real deal actually started when Applebee's.
Applebee's. So you worked
Yeah.
for Applebee's for a while.
16 years in Applebee's. When I went to Applebee's, I didn't even know what was Applebee's, right? Believe it or not, I just came out of jail. I got locked up with some marijuana. And just sitting in the jail cell, you know, just I reminisce and think about certain things. But decided that, okay, the money's sweet, but we have to change your life around. At that point, we have a daughter on the way. So your mindset, everything just changed. So when we go to Applebee's now, I was the first one to get cut. Because as I said, I didn't know what was Applebee's, and they hired other people who knew what Applebee's was, Olive Garden and everything.
Oh, okay.
I knew what Pico de Gallo was at Applebee's. I know what Quesadilla was at Applebee's. I didn't know familiar with these terms, even though I went to college.
Oh, okay.
Culinary arts. I didn't familiar with certain stuff. So in Applebee's, they give me the full blueprint. But I ended up fell in love with Applebee's because I became a column in the franchise.
Oh, okay.
When the owner book our whole cruise and then put your cabin beside his, that speak volume. When you're the owner, I sit and have breakfast every morning, that speak volume. You know, that means you was an asset versus
respectability is there.
Exactly, you're an asset, not a liability. You know, your standard is different. And then to top it all off, I had a team around me that my mentor, when everybody say every white people racist, I can't agree with that because my mentor is actually a white guy, probably like mayonnaise. We saw something in me that I never seen myself and pushed me to the limit.
There's always an exception.
Exactly, right? So this is a guy who invited me in his home. I met his wife, his kids. So he really saw something. So I felt like if anything I had to prove to anybody was to him. Like, just appreciate it for you. Pretty much where we from in Jamaica, you didn't even live to see my age, much less to even become a column in a $1 billion franchise. Not million, $1 billion franchise. And, I worked my way up from a $4 cook all the way to a multiple stores, operation, even to date, I have some of the highest scores on any inspection I can think of to date. 0 points in the health department.
So you learn how to pass all the health inspection, learn how to run a restaurant the right way.
Yes, with the help of my mentor who pretty much put me out there and said, go do it. If you fail, you fail. We bounce back. But he never allowed me to fail. He gave me all the guidelines. But you know what I would always tell anybody, when you have a passion for something and you actually love it, you have to excel because you actually love it. I was never late for Applebee's.
If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life.
Exactly. I was never late for work for 16 years. The day my daughter was about to be born, they kicked me out to say go be a dad. But it was a level of respect of me actually, this is what paid the bills. I have a daughter on the way. I'm never the type to go and say, can I have this day or whatever. I know when it's time to take vacation. I know my sick days or whatever. Okay. Even though I was a column and an asset, which I could have my way, I never use it to my advantage. I just be the regular dude.
Okay. Discipline.
Yes, man.
So let's talk about the name House of Dutch Pot and your time in Queens, New York, selling food out of your garage, because I think that's phenomenal. Because you was telling me you made a lot, you had good success in New York, and I want to talk about like the decision to come to the West Coast and why.
All right. So so in New York, we actually, I had a team in New York because we keep events in New York, and after we kept a brunch, I pretty much just say, you know what, everybody go on a vacation. So we just use money out of that event and just, all of us went to Jamaica. So my friend actually moved from New York named Evan Hunter. Me and him actually born the same birthday. Me and him was actually sitting by the pool area and me and say, yo, so I feel like a thing where we can use as a marketing tool to push our event space is if people actually start come buy food like my cook and people sell. And him and say, yo, that's a good point because one of the things where people come at our events is for the food, right? So, sitting in my garage every day, I usually do I just smoke and my friend and drink, I will play domino. Till one day I'm in there, I smoke by myself and I said to myself, say, right now, this I going to stop. I'm going to actually use this to generate money. So, I said to the team, I would say, okay, we're going to start it and we'll come together as a team and say June 7th. And that first year, which was 2019, we ran it from the first week of June, which was June 7th, until the second week of September. And the reaction from the people when we closed down, because it's outdoor, you have hot water, New York get cold. Me not be out there wash up my pot in a cold, all of that, to get arthritis in your finger, so we shut it down. And the response was like, no, you have to do this from in your house, then we just come pick up. Because it was a settings where you come, it was a one-stop shop. I had a guy who had a hookah, he come, he set up his hookah. You have a guy who have a mobile bar, so it was a one-stop. You come, you buy your food, you get your drinks, you sit down, you have a hookah, music play. So everybody look forward to come to that.
Oh.
It wasn't until now people who left work late on Fridays start attack me on Instagram and social media, say, yo, this can't happen, we don't work on Saturdays, you need to do this on Saturday too because we are see everybody talk how good the food is or whatever. So me I say, yo, so if you're there, just order, we deliver it. No, the man come experience the vibes. So boom, instantly me think, so what me can do? Come up with seafood Saturdays. So me have Dutch pot Fridays, me have seafood Saturdays. So the two of them are go hand in hand. But on Saturdays it's low on seafood, you no chicken, nothing. So you get the kong soup or the seafood soup and I just low on seafood. That take off. Fast forward now, pandemic come. Just did a partnership with one of my Asian friends, opened this franchise in New York called Oka and Real. We opened the week before they announced the country have closed down. Damn. Just invest so much in thousands. So I'm home now. I hit him up. I said, Wayne, I think we could do takeout. Let's just do takeout. I'm going to bring back maybe like 3 staff. I will just do takeout. He said, all right. He said, staff. He said, just the kitchen. Me run the front. Don't worry about it because it's just takeout. Put up the plexiglass door we do. Money and generate. This happened. Pandemic started at the top of the year. Come May, the demand started back for Dutch Pot Fridays. Me like, oh, wow. Restaurant busy. People in demand. What me I go do? So anyways now, I decide to say, no, I just go not go work on Fridays and Saturdays.
So Dutch Pot Fridays led to House of Dutch Pot as a brand, as a franchise.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Dutch Pot Fridays. And how it comes now as a franchise was because of if I could please New York people, and anybody that been to New York State is one of the roughest states in America.
Gritty, grimy.
Yes. Like
gritty, grimy, hustling, bustling New York City.
If you want to survive as an immigrant that come from anywhere in the world, just migrate to New York at first. That's going to give you the blueprint.
That will toughen you up.
Yes. So once me do that now, where if you want to see people really, American people cuss, not getting food, let me run out of food at house at Dutch Pot Fridays or seafood Saturday. It's serious. Till eventually when it end up happening, people start placing them orders from Wednesday and Thursday. So now that kind of give me a better go to, I hate to have money sitting in the fridge or money sitting on the shelf. When I buy products, I want it to move right away. Because that's money, I didn't go in the store and just pick it up and walk out. I pay a fee. So if it's in the fridge or if it's on the shelf, it's just money sitting in the fridge or money sitting on the shelf. So when people start doing the pre-order now, it kind of give me an insight. Literally, before I sell the first fish or any jerk chicken on a Friday, I'm already probably $3,000-$4,000 in before me even light the fire. Because all these pre-orders come in. So when I tally it up, till I even started a third-party Bickle app with Evan, my best friend, brother started it, and people start order through the Bickle app. So instead of we had to do the Uber Eats and the DoorDash, we actually use another small business, third party. So everybody, each one help one. So before you know it, man, you have all 25, 30 cops car in my house, in front of my house. Me, I said, no, it's not a raid. Them I buy food. We have the fire department.
NYPD.
Yes, we have the fire department. We have all of the top hospital them are tapping into our stuff now. So until now, once again, the best decision that me make is while smoking. So I'm there smoking and while they're smoking, I said to myself, which state I could bring this food where I know everyone would feel appreciated, but on top of it all, I know I will be successful. So it was between here, Nevada, and Colorado. Why? Colorado was one of the first states to legalize marijuana. You know, when people that smoke a lot, eat a lot behind it.
Yes.
That's how I was looking at it.
Facts.
Right? And I said, no, but then I will only be depending on the locals. Because Colorado only really pop in the wintertime with the whole Aspen and the whole skiing. So I said, Nevada is the spot, travel hub, 100,000 people coming in, 100,000 people leaving. So I ain't got to solely depend.
That's per week or per month?
No, what are per week?
Per week.
Yes, man, per week. You have over 300,000 people coming
Vegas is Vegas.
Yes, man. So when you're doing as a business and you do your homework, you do your groundwork, the only thing you have to do after you do the homework and the groundwork is just put in the work to make it stay above. Right? Remember, 90% of restaurants closed down or business closed down within 9 months of opening. Because, a lot of people don't secure their back ends. Or even if they have their back end, what they don't do is they are not physically inside of their business. They trust the next man to put the same love and interest in the business when you have to remember this guy's only here for a paycheck.
Okay. And you actually do primarily most of the work by yourself.
Not primarily. I do 100% of the work myself.
Oh, okay. Even because we had a conversation yesterday. Yeah. Even as far as the color of the paint, you mix it yourself.
Yes, man.
You install your televisions yourself on the wall.
Yeah.
You were telling me like you literally made these chairs yourself.
Yeah,
like
with the booths, all of them things that we self, man. It's all about time is money.
Yeah.
And if you have
it's a beautiful restaurant. I love the colors. I love the TVs.
Yeah.
I love the logos on the wall. I see why you are indeed the #1 restaurant in the state of Nevada. And I'm happy to say you are from where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we also spoke about, we had a conversation yesterday. We also spoke about you approach the restaurant business with a different philosophy, because let's just call a spade a spade. Jamaican restaurants have terrible reputations worldwide.
Yes.
As far as customer service goes. Jamaican restaurants are known for having rude,
obnoxious
staff and obnoxious. And talk to me about that and tell me, what is it you are doing to make sure you don't fall into that rabbit hole?
All right. I dare to be different, and I'm a very detail-oriented individual. This is not something I adapt. This is something I'm naturally born with. All right? What I don't want for myself, I don't do for others. And when you've been around the world, because I've been multiple places in the world, courtesy of Applebee's also, you see one common denominator with all Jamaican restaurants, the customer service. But if you're going to have the food not tasting good and then bad customer service, what's the purpose?
That's a terrible combination.
Exactly. 9 out of 10 times, not all the times, but 9 out of 10 times, when the food tastes good, you will kind of give and take with the bad customer service, because at least the food tastes good. So with me, every single customer that walks through this front door now is my mom and my dad. And I could care less about the race or the age. Whether they have a walkie, a wheelchair, or you're in a stroller, is my mom and my dad. So the kind of service we expedite out here is just a different ball game. There's nothing typical about House of Dutchpot. House of Dutchpot is a brand of its own, and House of Dutchpot will become that destination restaurant where you come off the flight. This is the first place you're going to come before you ever go check in at your hotel.
So all you people, Jamaican people in general, particularly when you visit Vegas, find House of Dutchpot, you will not be disappointed. Trust me.
Yeah, man. And that just make our thing different. I always have to have a staff in the front. You greet the customer. You never know by telling somebody, I like your color shirt, nice shirt. That probably could make their day, because nobody never really tell them that stuff. Some people have low self-esteem, and my staff is one that, if you check the reviews, you see my staff name mentioned a lot. That's not by accident.
Yes. One of the things I want to make sure I mentioned before, you told me that you deliberately did not try to open where there's a huge Jamaican demographic. And what's the reason for that? Because tell the people, because it makes sense to me.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, our kind, they don't appreciate our product and our brand that we have. All right? And I'm going to make a perfect example. I create a great analogy. If you look right now in Jamaica, I believe Jamaica has some of the most talented people in the entire universe. Right? No matter which part of the world you go, there's Jamaican that stand among wherever you go. And, I see them, they rather wear the fake designer brands with the Gucci and so forth than actually support a tailor or a dressmaker. And I'm saying that because even though my mom is a cook, my mom was a dressmaker. At Morant Bay High School, the cheerleaders, my mom used to make them cheerleading outfit.
Okay.
All right? So when I decided I'm going to make a turn, I wanted to go somewhere where, as the logo said, taste of home in every bite. I wanted to come somewhere where I know the food would be appreciated. Our kind, when you're used to something, then I appreciate it. The Jamaicans will probably help build me up. But at the same time, when I get to the top of the pinnacle, I'm going to try to bring you down. Because if you, to be honest with you, if you really look at my reviews, I have 5 bad reviews, and it's all from my skin color.
So is it safe to say your concept is to sell the culture through food, not particularly just to Jamaicans. You're selling it because Vegas is a hub where people from all walks of life come
Exactly.
to Vegas.
Vegas doesn't have a culture.
Exactly. Vegas doesn't have a particular culture. It's multicultural.
Yes.
And you're selling the culture by way of food, Caribbean culture, not particularly just Jamaican
Exactly.
culture. Through and Vegas is the right spot for that.
Yes.
So you can sell the culture at large, not just cocoa bread. Because you have a thing why it's the reason why you don't sell cocoa bread.
Yes, exactly.
Could you tell the people what you mean
All
by
right,
that?
I mean, that's typical. What going to separate us at Dutch Pot from anybody else if me I sell cocoa bread and all these things? I came to Vegas, and I said this numerous times, I didn't come out here for no income. There's nothing beat hard working. Work is scared of me. I'm not scared of working. Work is scared of me. So if I'm a hard working individual with my business or being a restaurant owner, wherever I landed, any company I work for, I would always be making money because of my experience and what I bring to the table. I will never shortchange myself or settle for bare minimum. I'm at a point in my life right now where I did that groundwork. I laid the foundation. I mixed the cement, I laid the blocks, I put the steel. As I said, I was a column in Applebee's. That's a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
I want you to run that line that you told me yesterday. You came to Vegas to set up your restaurant, not for income,
Not
but
for outcome.
Okay.
I'm
You hear
here.
that? For outcome, not income.
Yeah, when you do anything you do, if you're doing it for money, you're gonna lose. Because money is like a picture frame on the wall. I just you have to reach it. Right? And there's gonna be stuff for you to walk over to get it off the wall. So I'm here out here for the outcome. And the outcome is I'm changing the narrative of how people think about Jamaican restaurant. When you come to the front, you say House of Jamaica, House of Dutch Pot, Caribbean cuisine, not Jamaican cuisine. Because my menu, I believe, in the entire West Coast, and West Coast is big.
West Coast
in
is
the
huge.
entire West Coast, I feel like I have the most diverse menu there ever is in our Caribbean or Jamaican restaurant. Because you go to any Jamaican restaurant right now, you ask for vegan, they're gonna offer you salad. I have a vegan menu. I make vegan Alfredo. I have vegan falafel, all of these stuff that I do, vegan cheese. So with me, as I said, what I want for myself is what I want others to get. You will never see a chip plate come out of my restaurant or a chip cup. If it's chip, it's the garbage. You will never see no dirty plate come out. So we look at all these stuff. The restaurant is a definition of who Oneil Anthony Smith is. It's a representation of me. How I carry myself define who I am. So when you walk through my restaurant, whether I'm in here or not, you're going to see a clean restaurant because this is how I carry myself.
So long term, what's your long term goal? Where do you see House of Dutch Pot as a brand in say 5 years?
All right, I don't do long-term goals, you know. I do short-term and then expand them. That's what I do. So we obtain our franchise license already, but unfortunately we can't start doing any franchise until after a year because when you go to the bank, they want to see 1 year's income that coming through the restaurant, sales that come through the restaurant. But so far we have a few spots lined up already with guys that really on board for the start of the franchise. The first franchise is going to be in Baltimore. And from Baltimore, we're going to go to Mobile, Alabama. That's DeMarcus Cousin and Young Blue, the rapper. They're on board. I own Vegas, so nobody can get a franchise out here. Because Vegas is mine.
Yes.
We got LA in the mix.
You got to claim it.
Yes. We have the food truck, which we are trying to push out for the 1 year anniversary, which will be June 26. Today actually made a year since I purchased this restaurant, March 18 today. So
on my birthday.
On your birthday.
Yes.
So this is a good interview
Yes,
also.
sir. Yes,
and,
sir.
So 5 years from now, this will be definitely a household name. I'm speaking this into existence, where this will be a household name where people will travel from Jamaica all over the world to come find out what House of Dutch Pot is all about.
Yes.
All right, because we have the liquor permit about to drop any minute now. We have some different type of mixes of drinks coming in, you know. We have a night nurse with coconut water and Ray and Effie rum.
Okay.
That's going to be, we have an ocean wave coming. That's with Red Stripe beer, white rum, and Guinness mixed together. Everybody probably thinking, oh, that's a good taste. It's one of the best. Anybody that come to my house right now that I invite, they have to taste that because more if you see the reaction. Yeah,
okay,
exactly. Okay. So 5 years from now, as I said, we want to imply some of the best staff we can find out here in Nevada, mold them, build them, make them become young bosses, let them become general managers, operational directors, because no man is an island and I can't do this by myself. We want to have some of the top kitchen managers in the world. We want some of the top bartenders where anywhere the next one I want, we can send them go train.
So next time I'm on a flight and a touchdown in Vegas, there's going to be some different things for us to experience.
Experience.
Okay.
Another thing with us at Dutch Pot that we have to tell the people also, you never come in here and don't have nothing on the menu for you to taste because every 3 months, this menu change. So what's not selling a lot, we just take off until maybe the next 6 months. We keep the top sellers and we just bring new items on the menu. We have a new drinks coming called a reggae medley. That's going to be consist of the fruit punch and the carrot mango with pineapple juice. So that's a big thing. We staff already taste it and we are to do some samples with the customers. They can't wait for it. So we have everything from the breadfruit to the bami. Anything you can think about.
Everything you can think about.
Yeah.
Listen, Oneil, listen, man. It was a pleasure. I wish you all the best. I am proud to say you are from where I'm from. Any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, you know, we're after everyone that been promoting House of Dutch Pot since last year. Everyone who supported me in the garage in New York City. Everyone who always tell me, from I was in the garage, my street name in New York are Dallas. You always say, Dallas, you need to open a restaurant in New York. You're going to be successful. So everyone that ever just believe in the vision, and everyone who supported this vision, and everyone who made me #1 in 8.5 months, that's unheard of for a new restaurant. But contrary to a lot of people
and
think...
you can check that for yourself. Ask Google.
Contrary to what a lot of people think, I'm a very God-fearing individual. I just pray. 4 times a week, I kneel down right in front of this sign with my hands up and I pray. Just ask God for continue pouring blood. You know, from the crown from my head to the sole of my feet, the 4 corners of this restaurant, we always need God's presence in here. Right? And this is how we go by every day. We know, I not check the sales and them things. I check how much time a day I pray. Because whether we make $50 or we make $500, that was something I didn't start the day with.
Yes.
So that's just how I view things.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
And I wish you all the best. And I hope, you know, if I'm around the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Still I got there.
We're going to see some House of Dutch Pot all over the United States. And, you know,
last thing I want to say, this is specifically to my parish, St. Thomas.
Talk about
Morant Bay.
Paul Bogle country.
All right. You see, to every youth, everybody, I say use me talk about female and male, never give up on a dream. It's not all of us are going to be academically smart because I have a brother and I have a sister, all of them sitting on masters. My highest is bachelor's. But I was forced to do it. I was a kid, honestly, I never really liked school. I was the hands-on guy where I love doing stuff, just hands-on. If you have a talent, no care what nobody want to tell you. Just believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you're going to love what you do, just push it. And if you have ideas, it make money, but it's not every idea you share with everyone. Bring your dreams to reality and your vision to reality and just tell yourself, nobody is better than you. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself you're the best looking individual, you're the most hard working individual, and you're a cut above everybody. From you have your confidence, which 9 out of 10 times will be mistaken for arrogance and cockiness when you're confident.
Talk about it.
Nothing beat confidence. When you're confident, there's nobody can tell you anything. From I was a kid, everybody always tell me I have big teeth and big head. Well, the big teeth and big head, they up on the Lights of podcast. I was a restaurant owner, one of many to come. So just remember, dream big and deliver big. Okay. That's it.
Paul Bogle country forever. And I couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, we out of here, guys.
Yeah, man. Big
Respect.
up.
All
yeah,
right.
man.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out our website, thereallicense.com. Join our exercise program, Movements of Ja People. See you next time on The Real License, the only show that's licensed for real.
Yeah, you heard what my baby said.